Today we have a lot of different tools on the market. You are more vector-oriented, I would say, or drawing-oriented.
Yeah.
Or are you tempted by new technologies? I would say trying to go through videos, animation, augmented reality, virtual reality, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I am because I figured out how to do what I do years ago, and it's basically flat things, and drawing here and then taking it in Illustrator. And really, there's only about 6 or 7 tools in Illustrator that I need. But of course, I'm tempted by it. I see the possibilities, but I am just so busy with my own stuff. There's no time to even go after it. So once a year, someone will give me an app or some tiny little tool to help make my process a little bit quicker. Last year, it was this thing called Astute Graphics, which are plugins for Illustrator. It has shaved time off the way I work. I'm with Astute the rest of my life now.
Yeah, but these tools are only process optimizations.
That's it.
It's not really experimentation.
I'm not really interested. I mean, I am just so thankful to even make logos. That's enough for me.
I understand.
And to make a living. So people show me, let's look at this. You can put these things on. What the hell?
This is a question I ask because it's also, I think for creative people, it's also a problem. It's a problem of dilution because maybe sometimes you lose yourself when you try to new tools, and it's maybe you corrupt yourself.
Yeah, yes, sir. I know the kind of kid who goes after all of it. Maybe if you focus on one thing, you'd be a little more successful. But I don't know. I know kids who are web developers, designers, illustrators, and they're lethal. Because if I need something built on the web, I have to hire someone. That's just how it goes for me. But I'm tempted by it. I see it, but I'm leery. I'm always very leery. Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
but I don't need
it. Maybe it's not for me.
Until I saw my architect. I'm building in my backyard. I'm building a studio, and he used software, built my studio. I could walk through the software. That was amazing. It's just on your machine. You're clicking through it. That was cool. It gave me a sense of what it felt like and how high the beams were and the spaces. But that's the extent of it. Back to sketching and making little things.
We are in troubled times now, and there is a strong news running right now. The U.S. are leaving UNESCO. There are very strong political tensions. What would be the social role for a designer in this kind of context?
Well, I've been invited to a lot of resistance poster projects and things. I think the responsibility is, instead of going after so much money, is to make yourself available for someone who might need some help to make a poster for people who are marching, or to go march yourself. But just to be available as a resource. If you guys need some materials built, I'm ready to help. But I have to say, the people that have come after me for the poster shows, I'm not making a poster for that piece. I'm not going to make a poster to make fun of Donald Trump. He's a piece of shit. I don't want to be even. I'd rather make this tolerance, peace, things that are more peaceful, that little kids get, and are nice to each other, because we're not going to change a bunch of old turds. They're just going to die, and then the world gets a little better. But little kids, you can get to them. And so but I think there is a responsibility, to make yourself open to that. People complain they're not creative enough, they don't have enough time at work. Well, I've made a lot of time to help people. It might just be taking their message and making a really effective poster that they can carry and walk and say, fuck these guys, whatever. I'm cool with helping out with that stuff. There's no money. I don't care. Monday through Friday, I throw away a Friday because the client says, go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. If you add it all up over the week, I throw away a Friday. Why not give that Friday to helping people? So I do in a lot of different ways, So yeah, It is a scary time right now.
Maybe have you seen the Eminem performance recently? I think it was 10 years ago or last week. What do you think of it?
I think it's badass. I want more
Really?
people to say, fuck this guy. He's a bad person. We see through you. We do not accept this kind of try not to be offensive, but his face isn't even real. His hair isn't even real. When we're not fooled by it. Just those superficial things. Just his daughter. Fake things all over. It's not real. And that alone for me is too vain. And the comments, that guy, how can anyone with a daughter get behind this guy? So, I don't know. I'm just disgusted by the whole thing.
To go beyond the guy, because there will be others.
Bullies fall. Bullies fall. So he's a bully. I don't like bullies. No one likes a bully, you know. And I know that there's versions of it in France. I saw very close. This guy's a bad guy. I just can't get. I've never liked this guy all my life.
But to go beyond this guy, I would say, my question was more oriented in the fact that Eminem had a very strong engagement.
People have to stand up to this piece of shit. So artists, bigger range. So to see him do that, put his followers on the line and say, if you vote for him, get out of my feed. That's very daring. I have friends in country music. They can't say that they don't like Donald Trump because they lose half of their audience. But the ones that said it, heroes of mine forever. So Eminem, amazing. I get in trouble at my things because I say, fuck Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And there's one person in the crowd, keep your politics, hey, stupid guy. Yeah. Hi. You know, keep your politics out of graphic design. Well, why are we here? Let's talk about it. You know, I'll show you portfolio piece thing. But I'd rather say, talk to your mom and dad about why they voted for that guy. They're bummed. They got lied to. It could be a long 2 weeks till he's out. You know, 3 weeks he'll be gone. I hope. 10 minutes. I hope. Anyway.
Okay, let's sweep politic.
Okay.
And let's go back to design.
Hey, you asked. Man. You didn't ask me about Pantone chips and shit. You asked about that. What do you got?
Okay. We see a profusion of creativity today. A lot of things everywhere on every format, very different. What inspires you today? How you keep being inspired? And how do you keep the fact that you are still unique?
Yeah. I mean, babies inspire me. Little babies. You know, purity. Things that need help, and to see people be human to each other inspires me. After this election, I just want to be nicer in my life. I want to be nicer. I want to make more resources. I make good money. I don't need all that money. Can it help people some which way? You know what I mean? That's very inspiring to me to see people do that. Creativity-wise, I'm inspired to see how people are fighting back. Because this is part of all of our... We can't just say that stuff doesn't exist. Phone. People walking in the halls. Can you believe what he said? This is every minute. And in one of my interviews, I said, I just want to turn it all off and worry about what I worry about. And someone said, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that. You have to keep fighting. So, seeing people juggle families and yet still be a good activist, have a voice, that's inspired. But to get right down to it, I love to see people changing things. Gemma O'Brien. The murals, girl. It's not a dude's game anymore. Sorry, fellas. You know, your time's up. The girl's killing it. That's super inspiring to me. She's out doing the work and inspiring lots of girls to go and just take things by their hands. That's really cool. You know, like processes. I don't know how to say it. To see someone, I have a friend in Portland. His business was 7 people. Now it is 162. That's in 7 or 8 years. That is super inspiring to me. It's not for me, but my buddy has a great agency. They do great work. They take care of their kids that work there. They all make good money. They work on Google and things and Nike and all kinds of. It's called Instrument. That's really inspiring to me. But it's not for me. It's for my friends. So seeing my friends become adults, because I'm still living like an animal. Like these guys are really doing it. They're out doing it. I'll continue to stay just me, just my projects, me and my girl in the van shipping stuff. That's inspiring too that we actually pulled that off. I was okay with a life just making logos, making money. It was great. To do all this other stuff, I don't know how to say it. Here's your cake, a little bit of icing. It's a cake, right? My cake has 2 foot of icing. You gotta put your arm in there up about here. Get a little piece of cake. Sorry. Great, incredible.
Okay.
Yeah, is that a good answer? You guys make me sound smart. You put me in a little filter or something. I don't know.
Too bad we can't film with.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that's really bad. Okay, no problem. We'll do that.
If you want to,
I have two or three questions, and after. Okay.
Okay, well, then we'll talk about a max. I'll do as much as you guys need.
Okay. Do you have any advice for new or young designers today?
Yes. Number 1, stay out of Portland, Oregon.
It's a nice place.
I'm just kidding. Kids, okay. Your job isn't going to let you do what you want, right? Your job's not going to let you. Your job's going to make money for something else, and you make a boss happy. The boss makes the client happy. It's called life. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks or whatever. So quit fighting that they're going to let you do whatever. They're not going to let you at your job. That's how these things work. So after 5 o'clock, after you punch out and you go home, that's when you go do whatever the hell you want, right? So I have to tell kids, my life has been 1 foot at my job, right? Whatever that is. Bills, rent, things, insurance, all that stuff there. That's how I pay that. After 5 o'clock or whatever that number is, that's where I get to go and do my own stuff, and that's where things, no one was there to say no. It was only me to say yes, So really, you might be one of the lucky ones, but they just bring you this thing and say, you get to have this cool job, we're going to pay you this much, do whatever you want. 999 other people, they're going to have to find a place. So for a young kid, make this shit a hobby now. A hobby. It should just be fun to do. When I go to talk today, this morning or yesterday, I'll say, who here has made graphic design something on your laptop or whatever? No email, no meetings, no bullshit, no social media. Who here made something with graphic design just for fun? 100 people, 2 hands. 500 people, 10 hands. You know what I'm saying? I'll say, people who raise their hands that quick, you're going to be okay. You better be one of those guys. My favorite designers, this is not for a job. They're making things. Somewhere someone sees that and says, let's hire her to do our mural, General Bryan, right? So that's the advice. I just hear everyone lamenting, how do you get to do the cool job? You don't even know what I make money on. This is for money. This is just for fun. You don't even, it's all blurry. They can't even tell. That's cool. That's cool. So,
what's your next project?
My next project. I am building a studio in my backyard. Portland, too much traffic, too many cars, honk honk, people are honking, and you're sitting there. So I'm going to build a studio in my backyard, and I just have to go 10 steps to my backyard. So that is the next big one, But design-wise, I can't talk about any of it. I signed these contracts, not even the Skillshare. I got to work for a guy who's looking for a new job, Mr. Obama. I'm working on a project with some of that shit. I'm not allowed to talk about it. I never get to talk about it. Not only do you not get paid to do it, you don't even get to talk about it. Why even do it? Well, it feels good. I miss him.
That's all.
Say it again. I'm confused. I'm sorry. All right, ready? All right.
So, Harold.
Yes, sir.
How is it being at Max
How is it being here?
for designers?
Well, I'm kind of big. I got a tricky looking face. I got a lot of kids stopping me. So What I'll say about Max this year, let me pull that out. Excuse me. I've already made $4,000, so I'm going to make rent. We're not down here to make friends. Get the shot right here. It's fun to be at Max, but thank goodness we're in Las Vegas where I can make a living for a couple days. This is insane. This is a laptop right here. This is insane. I put $50 on 34 roulette, French word. $50 on 34. That's $1,750. $75 on 34 is $2,750. Everything my mom and dad taught me, out the window for one day. So I love to see. How's that for an answer? Sorry, but that is the truth. Having a blast down here. I love gambling, but I love to see all the new stuff. I love to see all the kids. I love to see people excited about graphic design. I'm freaked out by how many people come up and are sad about their job, or like I don't like my job. I don't know, like how many, like what kind of bosses are, like what kind of horse shit people are out there running these companies. These kids shouldn't be saying this to me. They should be excited to be at their jobs. But you see the pressure systems and you see how these things work. It just surprises me because I am very thankful for what I get to do. Very thankful. So it's a weird thing, like to come here. It's all big, and there's 12,000 people. I get to see all my buddies, Ted Carpenter, and I just want to hang out, but we're working. So I will say it's a little hectic, a little intense. I asked for it, I got lucky, and it's happening. But I also just want to be a camper. I couldn't afford this stuff 10 years ago, So you're not going to get me complaining that I have to come and, eat all this food, hang out, stay up in that room. You ought to see me in that room in that little robe. Oh, it's great. But I don't know. It's awesome coming down here. I just love this stuff. I used to come to Las Vegas for snowboard trade shows. It was very fashionable for everyone to complain about, oh, we have to go to Las Vegas again. Oh, we have to go. I love it. Gamble, have a cool meal, look at people coming from all over the world at their very best and their very worst, losing their money, winning lots of money. Like, where do you get to do that in the world? It's incredible to me. So I love coming down here. Tonight, there's the party and all that, but we're going to go and just sit on the strip and just watch the people walk by because it's really like America, and you see people all kinds of places, and I don't know. I've always loved that about here. So I don't know if is that a good answer? Should I make a smaller answer?
No, but my question was not only about Vegas, but about 12,000 of you in the same place.
Yeah, I mean, it's just my experience here. I'm sorry if it's like too honest, but it's kind of hectic. They're all stopping me, photos and stuff.
That's also the reward of your work, right?
Oh, it's totally. But my girlfriend, her eyes hurt from going. So sick of this shit because these girls, So sorry, but to answer your question, 12,000 people all together. So many cool ways to make a living in graphic design. I don't know. It's cool. If anything, when I'm here for these couple days with 12,000 people, you see all the different ways. You see how sort of narrow my little ways are of making a logo and making this and I have one little path. I've already met furniture designers here, web developers, artists, illustrators, animators, and that was like before noon. It's pretty cool. So kids, save up your money. Let's turn it into 22,000. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Who do you work for? Adobe?
No, I'm impressed with the French TV.
Okay.
We talk a lot about artificial intelligence here. What does it represent something attractive to you, or are you curious, or are you more skeptical?
I'll stick with the regular old intelligence. The sort of human-based. I don't know. I really don't know much about it. I know that my buddies who really follow Elon Musk and some sort of the issues around some of that stuff, that like robots sort of turn on you. I'm just not interested. I mean, really, in the next bunch of years of my life, I want to pare things down. It's all going a little too quick, and spend more time outside and spend more time around my house and spend more time with my family, you know. And that doesn't involve robots, you know, maybe, you know. I don't know.
That's the goal, they say, of artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
Work
yeah,
faster.
Yes.
Not losing so much time to find the right image.
I just don't know much about it, you know. I'm still responsible for everything I do, you know. I mean, I've seen the little thing. It does the, you know, bumps, gong, it goes this way, you know.
That's a vacuum
5 hours later.
That's a vacuum robot.
Yeah, it sweeps up your thing. How about get a broom and do it in like 5 minutes? You're done, you know. I'm done. Sorry. Click, you know, you got to charge it and shit. I don't know.
So if you have 15 seconds to tell me your feeling about Max, the event, as an event.
15 seconds to talk about it?
50 seconds.
Okay,
50 seconds.
yeah. Lots of people ripping around, excited seeing every color, every Pantone chip, every brand, every type, all this stuff. You know, pretty fun. Come here and hang out. It's fun. Is that cool? I don't know. I can't. I get going too fast.
It's fun.
It is fun, right? I mean, we're here to work, and I hear, you know, some of my colleagues, oh, I have to go do that press thing. Shut up. Go down there and do it. You eat the food, steal a couple things, take back to the room. I got that on the camera. So I'm serious. I do. You know, all the bottles of water out in the hall. Like $5. You go grab them out of there. Just take a couple up to the room. Are we cool?
Yes. Thank you.
I have one more request.
Okay,
if you
yes,
remember
a
well.
picture. You want a picture?
Yes, in fact, Geoffrey told me that you will surely have a little notebook on you, and you will show it to us. He asked me if it was possible to make a picture of it open or not.
But I just started it. It's not that fun, you know. It's
Because
not,
he guessed maybe there were some
but
little
it was
draws
nice.
or
he's right. I mean, but I just yesterday, the other one's up in my room with Phil.
But it was okay.
But it's always
Next
right
time.
here.
Next time.
Aaron, I had stopped just before asking you the last question
Yeah.
about the 15 seconds. Could I ask you it again?
Yeah.
So you have 15 seconds to tell me your feeling about Max.
It didn't record. You want to?
That's okay.
I just
all right.
pressed rec.
Okay.
So it was a good training, as we say.
Yeah. All right. 15 seconds. Got the timer. The pressure's on. Okay. All right. Go. Max, to come here, see all the new software, all the new typefaces, all the new stuff, see all your buddies, celebrate being creative for a living. What a cool time. What a cool time to be alive. What a cool place to see a ton of shit, like over the course of a couple days, and leave here, like, excited, you know? So, yeah. Cool. Okay, did you press record?
Yeah.
Listen, don't make me get up and touch the camera, all right? I love when these guys come in the shop, these Skillshare guys, you know, we got all this shit and gadgets. I'm not going to touch the composition button a little bit harder this time. I saw where you put me last time. Guy. Shut up, Draplin. Lens caps on. Draplin, shut up. This time, get the shit in focus, fellas. Not funny, you know. Just,